you by PNC Bank. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And by Lexus, experience amazing. 1,815 feet of freestanding CN Tower right next to beautiful Rogers Center. What a day here. Clear skies, field baking in the sunshine, some curly W's in the house. Bunch of dads are here. We know they are. And it's 77 degrees. Humidity's been hovering just under 50% all weekend, a little above now. And this will be a day when the pitchers better be pretty good. The ball could be flying starting 3 hours earlier than we did yesterday. So last year, Sam Cavilio pitched against Tanner Roark. Now Tanner went 7 in that game, a run on 8 hits. Sam gave up 5 runs, only 1 earned, and the big blow of the game was an Anthony Rendon homer, his 8th of the year. It was in the very first inning and looked like a slider, Mikey, that was hanging up high, and that guy knew what to do with it.
Yeah, shocker. Shocker, one of my favorite players, hits a homer. Big homer.
2 hours and 28 minutes that game. 29,223 of you were there watching it as the Nats beat the Seattle Mariners that night 5-1. So Gavilio is now, of course, a Toronto Blue Jay. He's been moving around quite a bit during his big league career. We'll get him all set up as he faces the Nats here in a second. I tell you, this guy's been tough at home. He has an 0.54 ERA here at Rogers Center, and this place is known as a hitter's haven. On the road, he has really scuffled 7.04. So after being shut down by Marco Estrada and the Toronto bullpen yesterday, the Nats need to get something going. Hey, Mike, when you're in the clubhouse and you're not scoring runs, what needs to happen with the atmosphere down there? What needs to happen to energize the ball club?
Yeah, you definitely got to change up something. And most of the time, it's almost like you got to fake yourself out. And just got to get out of the funk. Got to get out of the funk somehow. Day game like this, blare some music, energize it up, be loud. You know, one thing I really liked about Pablo Sandoval when I played with him in San Francisco is a day game. Man, this guy must wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, because by the time he gets to the clubhouse, he is fired up, you know, and he fires up everybody. So a day like this, and that guy right there you see, he's one of the best at it. Martinez, the manager of the team, he's fired up in the mornings, especially a day game like this. He's bringing that energy into that clubhouse. And what I like about him a lot in the last couple days I've been here, he's such a positive guy. He's very, very positive, and that's something that you know, he brings that aura to the players.
All right. Well, let's get positive. Let's get a little crazy today. How about you guys, Dad? Stand up and look at the Nats starting lineup. And we feature Anthony Rendon. Now, Bryce is DHing today. Adam Eaton has the day off. And that means that Brian Goodwin's in the outfield. So we're going to see the Blue Jays with their DH leading off today. Our DH is hitting second. And maybe Bryce gets going, but Anthony Rendon, 310 his last 8 games. He's been on base 27 out of 34 games this year. Sam Gavilio is 28 years of age. Career 6-7, 4.15 ERA. So he came out of that one start against the Nats with a 1.50 ERA. His repertoire, nothing overpowering, Mike. He's kind of like Tanner Roark. He's got to be pretty fine.
Yeah, your typical pitcher, fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. He might not use all of his stuff. He's gonna feel right now, especially his first inning, on what he has today. So from what I hear, he's got a pretty good slider. So fastball, slider. He uses both sides of the plate. And the only mistakes he really makes is if he leaves it right over the dish. It's a really good ball to hit.
And we'll set the defense for you in a moment. First of all, Trey Turner steps in. Trey's been on base 3 times in the series. He's 2 for 8 with a walk. 109, and that fastball comes running back to start the day with a strike.
Yeah, we're going to see that a lot. 88. You know, yesterday we saw Max, you know, super power pitcher throwing high 90s. You know, we see today a guy throwing 88, and yesterday Estrada throwing 89. And you know, we saw what Estrada did. So sometimes you don't have to throw that 98.
Adjustments to be made. Trey hitting 257. Strike 3 call. Blue Jays defensively, not great. 11th in the American League statistically. That guy at second base, Devin Travis, has been a terror with the bat this weekend. Russell Martin back behind the plate like he was on Friday evening. So they'll go into a shift and send Solarte over to the right side of the infield as Bryce Harper checks in. Bryce is 0 for 2 career against Gaviglio.
Going with the baby blues today.
Yeah, Ron's been on the trip. Bryce's dad in New York and here in Toronto.
His numbers might not be there, but his shoe game is leading the league.
Only ex-players can make that observation, so that's very good. Thank you, sir.
And that's come from a player that used to spray paint his cleats. See,
Yeah.
Bryce ain't spray painting his cleats. I used to spray paint mine.
Well, nothing but strikes. And now he starts the day with 6 strikes in a row. 2 down just that quickly for Anthony Rendon. Tell you what, that was some kind of hook. So Rendon in that game last year, 1 for 3 against Gaviglio with that 3-run homer. Seven pitches, 7 strikes. And you can have an immaculate inning. We're putting the reverse jinx on here, by the way. You can have an immaculate inning if a ball is fouled off. It's still considered a strike. And up the middle, Anthony Rendon now. He's the highlight of the weekend. He's now 4 for 7. 2 walks in this series with a run batted in.
I'm gonna give that hit to you, Bob. That was all you right there.
Thank you very much.
I mean, this is him. This is Rendon right here. Not too much. Knows what to do. Took the pitch exactly where they threw it, right up the middle. Now he's on base, and we got Murph up.
And Daniel Murphy first pitch swinging, short left center. It's hanging up for Teoscar Hernandez. So the Nats, after a couple of strikeouts, swinging early, Rendon base hit, and Tanner Roark goes to work. Bay, AL East, 16 games back of the Yankees. And Devin Travis, I mean, who is this guy? He's wearing out the Nats all weekend long. We've been telling you a little bit about him as he comes up here and there. But in this series, he's 4 for 6. Batting in the 9-hole, couple of homers, 4 RBIs. And evidently something about National League pitching really gets this guy going. Tanner Roark, even though he has faced some of the Blue Jays against their ball club, it's his first career start, and there's the arsenal.
Yeah, you know, Tanner's just like the guy we're facing. Same thing. Nothing's too overpowering. He's got a bunch of stuff. He's going to know in the first couple innings what he's got. And from his history, if he gets through these first couple innings pretty good, then he'll be good to go 6.
So a strike to Curtis Granderson, who's on a 6-game hitting streak. And he saw Rendon playing out towards short on the shift and was trying to lay down a bunt base hit. He's 9 for 27 career against Tanner with a home run, 6 RBIs. They've had some battles, 3 walks. Tanner has struck him out 5 times.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of him, especially when he was with the Mets. He did pretty good against the Nats, if I recall.
Earlier in his career, more of a speed guy, along with some of the power, and then he became more of a power hitter through the middle part of his career. There's that swing back fastball. It was close, but might have been a little bit high. Look at the gear for Spencer Kieboom today. I bet his dad Alsvim is really liking that look on Father's Day.
Looks like a bunch of Batman sayings. You know, the old Batman, the boom and the pow and the.
I like it.
Yeah, Curtis is a big part of the Players Association. He's one of the head guys. So a lot of player contracts and anything that we do that we have to talk to the teams or MLB, it usually goes through him a little bit, and he's pretty high up there with a representative of all of us, or them, I should say now, because
yeah, you're one of us now.
I'm the rookie and Bob's the vet.
2-2, and while getting jammed, Granderson bumps it out of play. I remember Curtis Granderson was one of the first guys to be really active on social media in baseball, and he's done a lot of good. He's done a lot of charity work off the field, raised a lot of money.
He's a great ambassador for the game.
2-2 pitch, and Roark jams him again. Is it in the air long enough for Kieboom? And he just couldn't get there. Right over by the Nats dugout.
Tough play.
Yeah, a long way to go here.
Tough play, battling the sun, the elements.
And then having to check to see where the rail was.
Not only that, trying to slide on turf, isn't that fun? Not fun. Yeah, that's some fancy gear right there. I remember Pudge didn't like wearing that kind of stuff just because it's not broken in. Pudge was a good feel guy. He liked his gear nice and dirty.
This ball driven deep to left. Under it, Juan Soto for the first out. Nats still solid defensively all year long. They've only made 30 errors in 67 games. 3rd in the league. And Brian Goodwin gets the start in right today. Bryce Harper gets the day off defensively, serving as the DH. And Murph back in there at first today. This is Teoscar Hernandez. And when we have a moment here, I'm going to give you folks some information about tomorrow, because there is a very limited number of tickets available. Now, if you had tickets for the Tuesday game that was suspended, sorry, you're kind of out of luck. That was considered a full played Major League game, even though it was suspended. If you had tickets for Wednesday, you're good for tomorrow. For you folks that don't have tickets, that game was a virtual sellout. And I was told by Nets personnel this morning that there are a limited number of tickets available for tomorrow. So you may want to race to nationals.com and check it out. 1-1, and that ball's really rocked into left field. So Hernandez in the series 3 for 7 with a base on balls. Next up, Yangervis Solarte. So that was Hernandez first at bat against Roark. Solarte career, the former Padre, 1 for 8 with an RBI.
You know, looking at our infield, it's a very athletic infield. Even with Murph out there, maybe not 100% with his legs. Very, very athletic guys right there. All those guys can play pretty much any one of those positions.
And of course, Trace played some outfield. Wilmer Defos played some outfield. You don't just throw anybody out there. Breaking ball was hanging, and fortunately for the Nats, Solarte way out ahead. Now Trey Turner's listed at 6'1", 185. He's a lean, kind of tall young shortstop. There's another guy who used to be, I'm thinking, maybe in that neighborhood. What was your height and weight for that picture with the White Sox?
I was about 6'4", 180.
So more of a string bean than Trey Turner.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, we pulled that one out of the archives. 2 balls, or 1 ball, 1 strike.
That was rookie ball. You know what? I was 18, 19 years old. That's what I was. That picture right there, and I had no chance of playing at this level. 0 shot, Bob. And we got a left fielder doing it and doing it great.
Yeah.
What a world.
So it's 1-2 now in the foul ball.
How about the bend in my hat?
I like that. That's old school there.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, back when we were kids, you took the bill of the cap and just bent that thing as much of a circle as you could. None of that flat stuff they're featuring these days.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool how uniforms and gear have evolved over the years.
I used to have a problem with the pants. They used to never be long enough. So my pants would come like mid-calf. So I always had to wear my pants up. And then when I finally got to the higher parts of the minor leagues, I got some better pants. I was like, I'm always going to wear my pants down.
Yeah. Well, Tanner Roark's rocking the old knickers look today. And a 1-2 with 1 out. Blue Jays right now are doing a good job of making Tanner work really hard. This is the 3rd batter in 16 pitches already. Of course, Roark, with the way he can keep the ball down, he's always 1 pitch away from being out of the inning. Solarte, by far the most doubled up Blue Jay this year, 14 times on ground balls. Switch hitter, 259 left-handed, 256 overall. He's got a lot of pop. Swing and a miss on a good fastball away, 2 down. Tanner Roark, 71st strikeout this year in 85 innings.
Yeah, it's good to see us get this guy out. He's been taking some good swings the last couple days. Right by him. Good fastball. Right off the plate there a little bit.
Next up is the guy who DH'd for 2 days, and today Kendrys Morales is at first base. They wanted to get Curtis Granderson's bat in the lineup, so that's why he's DHing and Morales is playing a position. Switch hitter. Hernandez doesn't run much, and when he does, it's not been very successful. He's 3 out of 7.
Yeah, Kendrys has the batting glove in the back pocket again. I'm telling you, guy wears.
Hey, look at his uniform. You can tell they just watered down the infield, like we said yesterday. Half of it's on his jersey right now. There's a strike.
Yeah, look at that.
As we mentioned yesterday, day games here at Sky Dome, the sun really bakes this infield, so they water it down very heavily before the game, and from about the 4th inning on, it gets real quick on ground balls. Defoe is well out into right field, which is interesting because Trey Turner is still on the left side of the infield, barely on the shift, but Wilmer's way out there.
I wonder if the Blue Jays don't run early in ball games just because of the muddy surface.
It's a good question. Yeah.
You know, I wonder if they're more of like a 5th inning running team, 5th inning or later when it gets nice and hard.
1 ball, 1 strike, and a target in. Tanner Roark missing on the other side of the plate, but he got the foul ball. 1-2. Kendrys Morales, 1 for 6 career against him. Blue Jays at home trying to get back to 500. They're 18-19. Even with a 1-3 road trip, the Nationals are still 22-14 away from home. Back home tomorrow. Going to be an interesting week. Game and a half against the Yankees tomorrow. Then the Orioles and the Phillies come in. 2-2. Outfield about as straight away as they can be. Turner just a step or two toward left center. Trey Turner right in a line between him and home plate. Looked like the straight change, and it's 3-2, and now Hernandez will be running.
Yeah, he's got the oven mitt.
Murphy will back up a bit with a 3-2 count here, and then try to get a little more range over there, and a ball pulled. Swing and a miss on an outstanding changeup by Tanner Roar. No score after one. Here comes Juan Soto, who's 11 for his last 34. Go top two. Join Nats players and broadcasters supporting their favorite charities with the inaugural Nationals Charity Bracket Challenge. Proceeds will benefit great causes like the Zims Foundation, Ryan's Baby, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, Nationals Dream Foundation, and more. Plus, you'll get discounted Nats tickets for participating. Visit nationals.com/bracket to get started.
I got to go with the Zim Foundation. That's my buddy.
Yeah, you and Ryan. All right, here's Soto in the series, just 1 for 8. And that was in his first at bat Friday night when he doubled off the deep left center field wall over Kevin Pillar. Came around to score a run. Since then, the Blue Jays have shut him down. That's right in there. And this is interesting. It wasn't an immaculate inning because of the Rendon base hit, but Gaviglio first inning, 9 pitches, 9 strikes.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a good pace for himself. He's working fast.
Really to the extreme first base end of the pitching rubber there. Seems like his toes are barely touching it. And Soto didn't see the break until it was too late. 4 outs, 3 strikeouts. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
Tough pitch. Tough pitch, definitely for a guy that hasn't seen him before.
Now he's 12 for 12 throwing strikes. And even I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the day, but for an entire series so far, this is the best any big league team has pitched Juan Soto.
Yeah, they definitely have been taking looking at the numbers and probably looking at his spray chart and stuff and seeing where he's been feeling comfortable. And again, man, it's the big leagues. If they find one little weakness, they're going to keep trying to push it until you show them that you've made an adjustment.
Yeah, he's seeing a lot of off-speed stuff.
Just
Michael
like
A. Taylor 2 for 3 last night.
Yeah, just like right here, third base was in. Yesterday, Michael A. dropped down that bunt. So now the third base had to stay a little ready for that.
Yeah, now he can back up Solarte. The count was 0-2, and that's ball one. Mike's on an 8-game hitting streak. Over his last 21 games, hitting .333. Target away. And he appears to be seeing the ball out there better than he has all year. He is not bitten on some of those pitches away that used to strike him out. Counts back to 2-2 now. Somebody may need to hit one a mile here to get the Nats offense going.
You know, me and Mike, we talked a little bit before the game. And, you know, he asked me, he said, Mike, what do you think about that bunt? And I said, it was beautiful. Beautiful. I think you should do it, you know, more often.
A couple times a week at least, huh?
Yeah, but just, I told him not too much that in the game notes, they're going to say, hey, this guy will bunt. Just enough that you can sneak one in there. You know, and if you get, we were talking and we said, you know, he said, if I get 10 bunts down, that's a huge difference. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's, what's that going, Bob? That's taken.
That's probably 15 to 20 extra points on your batting average over the course of a season. So that time he turns on one, and Michael A. Taylor now has a 9-game hitting streak. And in this series, he's 3 for 4. Didn't start on Friday night. He's aboard with 1 out. And the Nats have their second base hit.
Yeah, you got to play the hot bat right now with all the different injuries and the different types of positions guys have to play because of their injuries. You got to play the hot bat. So right now, Michael Taylor's got to play, man. 9-game hitting streak. You got to find a little spot for him. We already know he's going to be a defensive replacement late in the games, but he's swinging the bat. He's got to play.
He's got a pretty big lead. Brian Goodwin steps in. Fastball to the outside edge. So Brian has only had 36 at-bats in 21 games. 6 hits, a homer, 8 RBIs. All of that damage done before he was hurt initially. 0 for 1 in this series.
I wouldn't be surprised right here if Michael A. tries to get to second somehow.
Well, he's 17 for 21. 3rd in the league in steals. Pretty big lead again. He's got a lean going. Down and in.
Yeah, before the game, the base runners, guys that are pretty much got the green light all the time, they look at the film on the pitcher, and they sit there with a little stopwatch and they try to see what's his time home, his pickoffs, what he does with his hands, just so they get an idea when it's time to, so that even when they get out there, it's nothing new.
And of course, the first base coach has a lot to do with that. Tim Bogart. A stroll over to Michael. So he always has the stopwatch, and those guys do their homework pregame as well.
Yeah, Michael knows when he can be safe. So if he tells him a certain time, he knows that, oh, I can make that.
Out there again, 1-1's the count. Target away. They don't want Goodwin pulling the ball through the hole because of the runner. So Taylor into second with number 18. Had the throw by Russell Martin been on the fly, might have been close. So the Nats steal their 55th as a team, and Michael A. has a 3rd of those.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time. I think the time, whatever the time is of him throwing home, Michael knew that, hey, all I got to get is a nice little jump here, and I'm going to be safe.
Yeah, ball back into the runner. Tough play for Aledmys Diaz, and Travis was backing up. So now Brian Goodwin could put the Nats on top with a single. Although remember, earlier in this series, we've seen singles to the outfield, even with 2 outs, not drive in a run because the surface is so fast. In this case, 1 out with Taylor at second. Goodwin will bounce it to the right side for Devin Travis. Taylor to third, 2 down.
Yeah, the surface even gets hotter on these day games. So things tend to get faster. Balls bounce higher. Gets a little funny here on day games. So
here's Wilmer. Even with 2 outs, Solarte, the third baseman, right now a step onto the grass to the left of Michael A. And Defoe will go the other way for an RBI hit. Claps his hands on the way to first base. And the Nats are on top. It's the second time in this series they've taken the early lead. For Wilmer, RBI number 19.
Great piece of hitting. Great piece of hitting. Didn't try to do too much again. Pitch was down and away. He took the ball down and away. Didn't do too much. Got that RBI. He knew that all he has to do is put the ball in play. There's a couple holes open at the third base. Like you said, Bob, he was playing. Solarte was playing a little bit in because he knows that anybody could drop down a bunt here, and there's a bigger chance of it being fair because of the turf than foul. So he's got to come in a little bit. Gives that hole wide open.
Here's Spencer Keyboom getting a start today on the inside edge. 8 games as a big leaguer. Spencer, 2 RBIs. He's 5 for 27.
I like this guy. Knows his role. Comes in when he plays hard.
Breaking ball dropping. He pulled off it a bit. And now his battle begins at 0-2.
You know, and he's a guy that you're not expecting to do much at the plate. He's more of a defensive guy. He knows the pitchers. He knows the relievers. He knows the starters. He knows that. That's his strength. Hitting is it's a plus if you get it.
0-2. On the move is the runner, and Defoe is into second base. Second steal of this series, and for Wilmer, his 4th of the year. And the Nationals have stolen 5 bases against Russell Martin and the Blue Jays here.
Yeah, they're feeling it right now. He's a little slow to the plate. Sam, I am. You're a little slow to the plate. Guys are going to take advantage of that. We got some runners. We got some good wheels.
Yeah, and it's not all on Russell Martin, who's now 8 for 47. This staff has just not given him much help throughout the early part of the season. Spencer Keyboom now with a count of 1-2.
It's good to see the Nats running.
Love it. 2 hits already from the guys from the 6th spot on down. Two. And after a 9-pitch first inning, the Nats have Gaviglio up to 29 the next time he lets one go. Target away. That one got a lot of the plate. Spencer fouled it off. So he's battled it back to 2-2 here. They're going to stay away. Trying to frame it, Russell Martin, and now Keyboom a full count. Pitch cast. Bottom of the zone or nearby. Jeff Kellogg, the crew chief, 28-year veteran, has the plate here. Travis trying to keep Defoe close at second. And Spencer getting his rips here. Next one right into the press box. I heard some applause. Could be the first time in baseball history a writer caught a ball. Just kidding, guys. Our buddy Mark Zuckerman down there from MASNsports.com. Jamal's here from the Post. Chelsea's here. We got a great press corps that travels and covers the Nats. 3-2. Good at bat by Spencer Kieboom. 2 on, 2 out.
Yeah, that was a great at bat.
So first time through the order, the Nationals go 3 for 8 with all singles, 2 steals, and a base on balls. And now a big spot for Trey Turner, who saw 3 pitches in a game opening strikeout.
Yeah, again, Solarte. Couple feet up just in case for that bunt. Usually with 2 outs, guys are playing way back, but he's like double play depth.
And the 0-1 here. Similar to strike 2 last time. And where's that throw going? Defoe to third as Russell Martin held on to one way too long and pulled it right behind the shortstop.
Yeah, this was kind of weird right here. Trey kind of threw his bat or something. I don't know if it got caught up or something.
Yeah, we had a call earlier in the series when Pedro Severino's throwing hand hit the mask of the umpire. Runners were called back, but it looked like that ball was free and clear. So now Trey Turner, who has seen 5 pitches, all strikes, has to put the ball in play here. Russell Martin's 5th error of the year. That's a good take.
Yeah, he's trying to really hit the black with 2 strikes. He's trying to really get that corner and hopefully get a call by the umpire, but so far they're not biting.
Yeah, he swung at pitch number 2. And Trey, it looked like he stopped. Quinn Wolcott agrees. Second consecutive hitter now that was 0-2, battling back to at least 3-2. Kieboom did it before walking. Stay out there again. Defoe way down the line, and he just made the pitcher balk. Wilmer Defoe came down the line. Gaviglio flinched, and the Nats lead 2-0.
Outstanding. That's one way to get a run, Bob.
Right there, he moved a little bit forward, and he balks home Defoe, and Kieboom to second.
It's amazing how you can disrupt a pitcher's rhythm.
And Turner takes a called 3rd strike for the 2nd time today. Crazy inning. The Nats will take it. 2 runs on a couple of hits, a walk and a balk. One hit given up by Tanner Roark so far today. Pretty solid first inning for him. Took him 23 pitches, Mike, 16 strikes.
Yeah, we'd like to see him go a little less pitches, but he's doing good. He's not throwing the ball over the plate. He's hitting the sides, changing up, changing the speeds really well. That was a great changeup right there. Kendrys Morales was just way out in front.
That was the third out of the inning, and the 100% fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Visit getfios.com or Fios by Verizon Exmo. Yeah, that was a great changeup. Morales for the last out of the first. Here's Kevin Pillar leading off the second. Rendon not far off the line at third. And the breaking ball is in there for a strike.
You know, one thing I always did as a player was I always had both my wrists taped, and I used to wear on my left hand, I used to wear a wristband. And when you had games like this, it's superstition. Every baseball player is superstitious, even if they don't tell you. But games like this, it was like the one day where you would come out and wear everything blue, anything you could find. And I looked over at Murph, and you can tell Murph's like, nah, I'm not doing all the blue. I'll do the undershirt. That's about it, and the hat.
It's toasty out there today. And this ball driven to the right field corner. Brian Goodwin covering some ground. That's a fair ball when he makes the catch. Outstanding play by Brian to his left. It gets real cozy down there when the stands get close to the line.
Yeah, this is a tough corner. This park, there's not a lot of foul ball area right there. You got like a foot or two before you run into that wall. So great job of knowing where he's at, knowing how close that wall is. A lot of times guys will slow down or just go slamming in the wall. He was cool, calm, and collective.
By the way, if you're scoring along with us and you're wondering, a run that scores on a balk is considered an earned run, but the run's unearned because of Martin's error that allowed the runner to get to third to begin with. So as a rule, if there's no other error and a pitcher balks, that is an earned run because it's a mistake by the pitcher. But in this case, according to the scorer, the runner should not have been at third to begin with. So it's 2 runs, 1 earned for the Nats right there. Just a short little tutorial. That's a good breaking ball on 0-2. And the ball just guided by Martin over to Wilmer Defoe, 2 down. Nationals and the University of Virginia teaming up for UVA Day at the ballpark next Saturday. Purchase a special ticket and look at the co-branded Cavaliers and Nats new era cap you get. And you get to see the Nats take on the Fightin' Phils. Visit nationals.com to check it out for next Saturday. Randall Grichuk is the hitter. And he launches a home run to left. Sixth of the year. That breaks up an 0 for 8 for him. And it's a 2-1 game.
Good swing. First pitch. Came up there. He had an idea what he was doing. A little quick inning for Tanner, but you know, sometimes you get those 2 outs and then just get off your game plan just a little bit.
Yeah, 110 miles an hour. Grichuk hit 46 home runs his last 2 years combined with St. Louis. Traded over here in January for right-handed pitchers Dominic Leone and Connor Green. And so he gets the Blue Jays on the board. And here's Aledmys Diaz, who also was a Cardinal. He and Grichuk were teammates over there. 2 balls, 1 strike on that foul ball. Tanner gives up his 12th homer of the year in 86 innings. Blue Jays have now hit 90 on the season. And in this series, they have out-homered the Nationals 5-zip. Fastball inside, 3-1. And that one out to the gap. Kind of bouncy out there. Michael A. Taylor gets to it. And if Defoe could have gloved it cleanly, there would have been a play at second. Michael A. got to it, made a pretty strong throw. 2-out double for Diaz.
Yeah, it was a good throw. Cut it off really well. Good throw. 1 hopper, 2 hopper. Just Defoe maybe thought it was in his glove. He knew it was going to be a bang bang. He knew he had to get around there pretty quick.
Yeah, kind of a do or die tag there, huh?
Yeah.
So look out. Devin Travis is hitting with a man on base. He has terrorized the Nats this weekend with 2 of his 4 homers on the year and 4 of his 11 RBIs. He's on a 6-game hitting streak now, 8 for 20. Who's Devin Travis?
Old spark plug. That's
from
what
West
they told
Palm
me.
Beach down in your neighborhood. And Blue Jays got him in a trade for outfielder Anthony Gose back in November of 14. He was hitting just .210 at Buffalo when they called him up.
They like this guy. They see a bright future for him, and I guess we're seeing it now.
Hot shot. Oh, what a pick by Defoe. The ball turned him around, and he threw out Devin Travis. If Wilmer doesn't glove that, this game is tied. Rice straight ahead, the DH today.
Over this period of time, he's been putting in a lot of extra work with hitting coach Kevin Long, trying to get locked in, taking a lot of extra swings. But his manager would like him to actually work less. Davey Martinez saying today that he thinks Bryce would benefit from taking a less is more approach, just going out there, relaxing and playing, taking fewer swings in the cage before games. Davey admits that's tough to do when you're struggling. As a hitter, you want to work harder, swing more, and try and lock it in. But the Nats dialed back Bryce's pregame workload yesterday, and Davey said they'd probably do so even more today, hoping that fewer swings before the game will pay off during it.
Mike, do you ever need to just walk away for a little bit to kind of clear your mind and not be thinking so much mechanics?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's hard, though. It's hard.
You want to work your way out of it, right?
I mean, we're grinders. This is what we do. When you're not feeling good, you get frustrated. You want to feel good. You want to have that feeling. Find that groove. It's hard just to say, hey, don't take any swings today. And it's like,
There's a good swing But on the shift, he's going to get a hit taken away as Devin Travis goes to his left.
Listen, that's big right there. That's something to work on right there. That was a hard hit ball. It sounded good. And look at that swing. Look at his base. More comfortable. He's sitting in that box. He swung and there's no weight shifting. I like that right there. I think that's going to be a big swing and a big at bat that he's going to think about.
All right, let's keep an eye on that. Here's Rendon and then Murphy. Anthony clean single up the middle with 2 outs in the first inning.
You know, playing this game, it's tough. I mean, you go 3 for 10 and you're a great player. You're an all-star. If all you got to do is get 3 hits out of 10 tries, what other sport is there that?
Yeah, it sounds easier than it is. Huh?
If Michael Jordan only made 3 foul shots out of 10, I mean, not the good, not the, he's not that great guy.
He'd be Shaq if he did that.
Yeah. So
1-1 with 1 out.
We all go through it.
Well, that was 108 miles an hour off the bat of Bryce Harper.
We all go through it.
And if he gets any elevation, it's probably 3-1. He's rounding the bases, but hopefully for Bryce, something to build on there. Rendon having a fantastic weekend, 4 for 7, an RBI, 2 walks.
And a smile you could see a mile away.
How about that? Ball's going to get that artificial turf and scoot into the right field corner. Dug out by Grichuk. So Anthony Rendon, ladies and gentlemen, is heating things up. That's his 22nd extra base hit. He has 6 homers now to go with his 16th double.
Well, I'll tell you what, the guy before him might not be having fun right now, but this guy's having some fun. He's having fun. That swing is nice. Everything's locked in. And this is the guy that when you got your big guy, your big fella is maybe struggling a little bit, this is the guy that's going to take this team. He's gonna say, hey guys, jump on my back and let's do this.
All right, here's Murph. Daniel swung at the first pitch first time and hit a fly ball to left center, caught by Hernandez. Daniel in the series, his first hit of the year and his first RBI. He'll look at a strike here, his 2nd time up.
Murph's another one. There's a lot of guys on this team that any day can win it for the team.
Well, the Blue Jays just answered with a run after the Nats rally. So Washington trying to get that run back in a hurry here. Daniel identifies the breaking ball. It's 1-1.
I think every day that this guy's in the lineup and he's seeing pitching, he's just getting more and more comfortable. A lot of guys need a lot. When you get on the DL and they tell you to go on your assignment, you go to the A ball, then you go to high A ball, double A, and work your way back. Usually the team wants you to take 40, maybe 50 at bats because they feel like that's as much as you need to get major league ready. Some guys don't need much. We know Zim don't need much. I think Murph's another guy that he doesn't need too much, and he gets most of his reps during the game now. Because the first couple days he didn't look quite as comfortable. Now he's really softening up, smoothing things out.
And he's big time on his legs when he hits. So that's what needed to come, right? The ability to be in that crouch and put the pressure on that knee and have it feel okay.
Yeah, and it's tough to do that when you're trying to do your timing, you're working on your swing. It's like, oh yeah, and I got to get on my legs.
Count is 1-2. Right fielder Grichuk not that far behind the second baseman on the shift here. And Murphy will take a close one. The way Gavilia walked down off the hill, he thought it was strike 3. What does Nissan think?
Yeah, he's just looking smooth. Good takes.
Yeah,
really good takes.
Russell Martin pulled it down, but Jeff Kellogg called it ball 2.
I remember in San Fran when we were in the playoff push, Bochy was calling every day to see if I was ready.
When you're on rehab?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
I told him, give me another day, Boch. Give me another day. And he said, Mike, you let me know, okay? We need you.
Usually when you say give me another day, that's when they give you a couple more.
Yeah, but
they want to make sure you're ready.
But you know what? Guys like Murph, guys like Ryan and Harp, These are guys that the GM, the manager, they can trust. If they say, hey, I'm rehabbing, I need a day or two, they get it. They understand. Like Matt Adams. Yeah, he might be out of the lineup today, but the manager knows that it can't be that bad if Matt says he just needs a day or two.
2-2 target in. Murphy to center with a base hit. Rendon to third. Bob Henley sends him. Throw is up the line. To second goes Murphy. He's out. The Nats will trade the out for the run. And a 3-1 lead as Daniel Murphy drives in his second run of this series. Pretty aggressive by Bob Henley.
Good swing. We're sitting there talking about it. There it is. The typical Murph. Really nice swing. Nice line drive. I thought it was going to be a play at the plate, just how the things are here. You know, and Murph thought it was going to be close too. So, hey, it could have went both ways. If the throw was on the line, who knows?
8-2-6 on the out at second. Nationals lead 3-1.
I don't mind it being aggressive today.
Yeah, that's only the second time in this series the Nationals have had consecutive hits. Harper and Rendon did it here in the 8th inning on Friday night, and now Rendon and Murphy have done it. And that's a big run. Juan Soto, the hitter. Strike one from Gaviglio, and Juan struck out swinging first time up on a nasty breaking ball down and in. There's that same pitch, and this time he takes.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to keep the ball down and get these guys swinging. But it looks like today the Nats have a really good game plan, and they're trying to lay off that low one.
That ball is launched to left and well foul. But there's an example of that oppo pop that this youngster possesses, and that even brings a smile from him after seeing that ball land about halfway up the mezzanine.
Yeah, you know, this is the park. This is a park that the ball flies. All you got to do is get the ball up a little bit, and you'll see the ball take off.
1-2 now. Target in. That's a good fastball. It's going to run back out over the inside edge. Soto puts down his gear, walks away, and the Nats pick up another run to lead by 2 again. So we're going to complete the suspended game tomorrow, followed by the regular game, then the Beltway Series presented by Innova, and then the Phils in next weekend, including Sunday Night Baseball a week from tonight. Visit nationals.com for tickets. Nice day for Anthony Rendon. So here's Curtis Granderson, fly ball to left for his first time up today. Second time he's offered to bunt.
Both teams are trying to figure out, how do we get guys on base? maybe a little bunt.
Breaking ball in there, 1-1. Tanner, first 2 innings, 39 pitches, 28 strikes. They worked him for 23 pitches in that first inning. Good job of jamming the left-handed batter with the fastball.
Me and Curtis first met at the rookie convention, and Major League Baseball puts together a couple players from each team, about 2 players from each team that are kind of prospects that have either they got a September call up or they're, you know, it kind of looks like they're going to be in the big leagues. The team brings them or invites them to this convention that MLB puts together and kind of gives you a little crash course of, hey, this is how it is, this is what happens,
what to expect,
and just everything. It's pretty neat that they do this. And I met Curtis there when we were young, and I'm 36, he's 37, he's still playing, and I'm up here talking about him. So
you both did okay.
He's a good, like I said before, he's a great ambassador to the game.
Another thing they teach young players is how to get your sunglasses on a day like this. And Wilmer finally is ready. And Tanner just misses away with the fastball. So it's 2-2 to the Grandy man, as some call him. He's had a good career.
Yeah, a lot of times in the minor leagues, they only let you wear the flip shades. Just because if you have your sunglasses and say it's not sunglass time or the sun's on your eyes, you put it on your hat and all of a sudden you need it.
High fly ball, deep right center. Michael A. Taylor into the shadow. He had it all the way. That ball went about 385 feet for a long out.
Makes it look easy out there.
Curtis Granderson, by the way, hit 325 career home runs. He'll go over 900 RBIs this year. So the Shades in the shade. 1 out.
Yeah, Mikey really makes it look easy out there. He's one of those guys that just cruises. Doesn't look like he's running so hard, but he's so fast, and it's just.
Left side, Anthony Rendon pops up. A bullet to Murphy. Hernandez retired on 1 pitch. Tanner needs a few more of those, and now 2 down. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. We always check in on league leaders, so only the Seattle Mariners, who are giving the Astros everything they want in the AL West, have had more close games than the Nats. Washington just 500 in those games. The Houston Astros have won 10 in a row, and they're exactly 1/2 game ahead of Seattle. They just can't shake your former ball club.
Yeah, it's
one of your former ball clubs.
It's good to see Seattle doing well. That's a beautiful city, the Emerald City, man.
1-0. Yeah, my daughter lives out there, and they absolutely love that place. And happy Father's Day. Speaking of daughters and sons, to all you dads out there, hope you're having a fantastic day. And there's a new daddy, Max Scherzer. Thanks for spending part of your day with us, and hopefully a W's on the way. Now there's the pitch Tanner Roark needs. The swing back fastball. He threw it on 2-0. Let's see what it looks like on the Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
Yeah, it's a tough pitch. Tough pitch to hit. And if he gets that call right there, I'm pretty sure he's going to try to stick in there.
Then it looked like he went in there again, but that was a changeup. So same look, Mikey, different speed.
Yeah. That's Tanner's bread and butter. If he can get that pitch working, it's going to drive these hitters crazy.
So Tanner here with 2 outs in the 3rd arrives at 50 Ks, thus, or rather 50 pitches. Thus my point. He needs some more quick outs. Now he goes 3-2 on Solarte, who he struck out first time up.
Yeah, see, that was like the same kind of pitch. He's trying to get that corner, and it's tough to do because as a pitcher you kind of pull it sometimes, and it starts to take off for that ball.
3-2. Threw him a strike, and that's a good job of hitting. Out to the gap. This one cut off by Soto, and that's a strong throw in that keeps Solarte. And this is huge. At first base, out of scoring position with 2 down.
Yeah, any other field, this could be a double all the way. Soto took that nice route, got there quick, threw it in. Sometimes, Jason Worth told me this one time, just get the ball in the air, and that will make the runner stop. That will make the runner slow down. It doesn't have to be pretty most of the time, but if you get it around the bag, the runner, after he touches first base, he's going to look up and the ball's in the air, he's going to stop.
Yeah, he can't really read angle that well from over there. So there's a breaking ball for a ball 1 to Kendrys Morales. But we talked about the artificial surface here. On the replay, you could see those black rubber pellets fly up off the turf. The composition of the turf itself and those pellets make it play more like a natural surface in terms of speed. But as the afternoon wears on, and we're getting to that time right now with nearly 3 innings played, where things are about to get real quick out there, especially on the infield dirt.
Yeah, those pellets, man, they get in your eyes. They're better on your knees, though, and your hips. You don't get the pain like they used to back in the day.
Yeah. 2-0. Well, I know FP and I have talked about this. That surface he played on in Montreal was a parking lot. The old AstroTurf was shorter and just laid on top of concrete like this is, but this is a thicker, slower surface.
Yeah, FP, he was playing there.
I saw soccer games there where guys would not dare do a slide tackle. Now Defoe's going to cut that ball off and keep Solarte from going to third. So the Blue Jays with some 2-out lightning here. Kevin Pillar is next.
Yeah, you know what? Big heads up on Solarte right here, because he could have tried to keep going, but he knew that, you know what? If he cuts that off, I'll be out. So Solarte, good base running. Defoe, way to get that ball up the middle, keep him at second base.
All right, now it's Roark and Pillar. Kevin Pillar, the guy, first time up, who hit that high drive into the right field corner that Brian Goodwin ran down. So the Blue Jays have 5 hits. So have the Nats. It's 3-1 Washington for now. For 12 for him. It'll bring home a run. Soto hits Turner, and it's a 3-2 game. So the Blue Jays, each time the Nats have scored, have had an answer against Tanner Roark. And Kevin Pillar, first hit of the series after going 0 for 12 overall.
We know they're an aggressive ball club. They're going after, they're attacking that first pitch. Hit it well. Not much you can do about that.
Now it's big for Tanner to keep these runners aboard and keep the Nats on top. Russell Martin ground ball to Defoe first time. Two balls, no strikes.
He's got a good fastball today. Big pitch right here. See if he can get out of the inning.
Yeah, 3 hits in a row, but only 1 run to this point. Good looking fastball just inside. 3-2.
I like that pitch right there. That's a great pitch. 9 out of 10, I'm thinking that's a strike. As a hitter, that's tough to lay off of right there. It's a tough pitch. There's not much you can do about it, do with it. But that opens up the zone a little bit here. You got the base open, but you got a guy that just hit a home run on deck.
3-2. Bases loaded. Tanner Roark, first walk of the day. And the guy walks in to face him, Randall Grichuk, who homered on the first pitch. Last inning, Derek Lilliquist to the mound.
Yeah, you know, he's just going on the mound, probably just to give him a little break. Not much going to be said. Probably just ask him what's he going to do right here. What's he going to do this this sequence? But just to give him a little breather. Maybe even ask him about that one pitch, what he thought about it.
By the way, Derek wearing the sweatshirts that MLB came up with for the ball clubs today. A little blue Father's Day trim. All the guys were wearing those during warm-ups today. There was no batting practice, but guys were throwing and running around, and those were the Father's Day pregame warm-ups. So here's a big matchup. Randall Grichuk was 0 for 4 career against Tanner before that swing last inning with 2 outs. Fastball away.
I miss all that gear. I miss all that swag, the Mother's Day, Father's Day, Memorial Day.
Well, you know, you're not that far removed from being a player. You need to go down there and get some of that for your teammates in the truck and in the booth. 1-0 now.
Hey,
Off-speed breaking ball had Grichuk way out ahead.
Hey, I told Wally, I said 7 1/8, man. I told him, give me one of those hats. I keep forgetting I can't walk around. Like the first day I walked into the training room and they're like, whoa, 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 you can't come in here. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you walked right past the sign that said no media.
Yeah, media. Who's media?
You.
1-1
with 2 outs.
Just a teammate in the booth.
Glad to have you. FP will be back with us tomorrow when the Yankees come in. 1-1. The suspended game will be first.
Looks like they got crossed up right there.
5:05, by the way, first pitch time tomorrow. Then about 30 minutes after that game is completed, the regularly scheduled game, and Eric Fetty supposed to get the call for that. So 2-1. Only the 3rd inning, but big pitches in the game that may determine how long Tanner Roark pitches today. The bullpen pretty well rested. Wander Suero followed up Max with 2 innings yesterday. Miller and Kelly each threw an inning on Friday night after Gio. So the bullpen not really taxed, and based on what happens here, Davey Martinez, that could influence his decisions for later on how to get through the rest of the day. But you have a game and a half looming tomorrow.
Yeah.
A lot of things to consider. First things first, get this guy out and stay on top. Big pitch, doesn't want to go to 3-1, but he does.
Yeah, Davey's definitely thinking about how he's going to treat the next couple days, especially with his bullpen, and who needs work and who can be overworked.
3-1, 2 outs. All right, here we go. All the runners will be moving. That's by 1. Still very early in this one. Busy infield from our third base elevated camera. Morales, Pilar, Martin on the move here in a second, and we'll reset. Taking a long time to get together here. I thought the hitter might step out again. 3-2 pitch. Game's tied.
Yeah, he definitely wiped him off a couple times. They weren't on the same page, but it's tough to pitch to a guy with bases loaded when he homered the first at bat.
So we're all tied up. Tanner Roark doesn't walk many, but he just walked 2 in a row. He's only walked more than 2 batters 4 times all year. Here's Aledmys Diaz, who doubled last time up. That one cuts outside. He's got a lot of RBIs attached to those 5 bases loaded hits. 2-0. Nobody throwing, but there's a little moving around in the right field bullpen.
He's going to try to somehow to get Diaz to be engaged on a ball down.
On the outside edge, just enough comeback on that fastball.
Yeah, that's the ball right there that he's going to want to try to keep in this bat. He's going to want to try to keep it low enough in the zone, get those strikes, but something to be hit on the ground. Put the fire out this inning.
2-1. So now there's someone throwing. The Nats long man, Matt Grace, is up. Sometimes even guys warming up want a new baseball. Didn't like the feel of that one. So from 2-0 to 2-2 here. Good pitch. Diaz able to bump it foul.
Definitely got him engaged now for that ball down, so he's going to just try to keep it down there. Keep him trying to bite at it. Try to keep it from anything up.
Well, the Blue Jays, they probably fouled off at least a dozen pitches today. They got Tanner up to 75 here. Got to keep battling. 2-2, and the changeup is low, and we've gone full with the bases full again. Anthony Rendon's got it. On target to Murphy. Big out. Long inning for Tanner, but the Blue Jays only able to tie it. And to the 4th we go.
to lead off. If you watch Taylor in his pre-pitch approach, he does a little half swing before every single pitch, looking like he's trying to drive the ball to right center field to mentally reinforce that approach to himself. Well, Taylor admitted recently that at times that half swing is so ingrained in his routine that he just kind of goes through the motions with it, and it doesn't really register the way that it should. Recently, though, Taylor said that the right center approach that he tries to ingrain has been more on his mind, and it's really paid off, guys. He's hitting .354 entering today in his last 16 games with 7 extra base hits in that time, and many of his hits in that 16-game span have been to the opposite field, and that's where Davey wants him, up the middle, the other way.
Yeah, it's a great approach. Thanks, Dan. And today they pitched him inside. On a 2-strike count, he pulled a base hit through to left. So let's see if they approach him in similar fashion. First one is on the inside edge.
Man, if I could get the third baseman to come in and play right there when I was playing, man, it just opens up so much more on that left side.
So with the shortstop in a pull position, Taylor goes up the middle for a hit. And now Michael A. in this series is 4 for 5, having played yesterday and today.
It's amazing what speed does. Just the fact that they know that, hey, he might drop a bunt down, something else in your game. It just, the whole defense has to shift now and be in different spots than they would normally. Because that ball right there, shortstop probably gets to that 9 out of 10 times.
So I know you all at home are thinking what we're thinking. Turn him loose. Michael A's already swiped 1 today. So has Defoe. And the Nats have run very efficiently against the Blue Jays this weekend. All right. He had a little lead. We're told he had a 15-foot leadoff there and still got back. I don't know if I'd go much farther than that. That's pretty big. Usually 12 to 13 is about the max that we see. There he goes. 14. Pitch out. Taylor not running. Ball 1. Yeah, second time we've seen the Blue Jays pitch out in this series, Mikey, and hardly anybody pitches out anymore at all.
Yeah, it's one of those dying things in baseball. You don't see it happen much. But Mikey knows that he's got this pitcher. He can make it with the time that he's throwing to the plate.
1-0. And he just kind of lobs that one over. Even back in the day when certain ball clubs ran a lot, you would hardly ever see 2 pitch outs in a row. Nobody wants to give away 2 pitches to a batter. And that time, kind of a quick pitch by Gaviglio. Michael was still in his walking lead when that ball was delivered.
You know, another thing, Kendrys isn't the everyday first baseman. So Mikey knows already that the tags, the throw-overs, Kendrys might not be tagging every time. He might just be there to catch the ball. A lot of times, if you're not the everyday first baseman, you're not that comfortable of making a swipe tag.
Now it's 2-0, and there he goes, and that's a good jump. And it's a shame Goodwin fouled it off because Michael A. Taylor had second base swiped right there.
Yeah, 2-0, hitters count. It's tough. It's, you know, some guys, me personally, I'm trying to swing because I'm trying to swing. I'm trying to make something happen. Good one right there. Hey, you might want to take. You might want to take just if you see Mike on his way there.
Well, he might be running 2-1. It's always been a running count. And with that in mind, Gaviglio throws over for the 3rd time. But don't you love the way that a speedy runner aboard, especially to start an inning, just throws everything out of whack for the team in the field.
Yeah, he's up there thinking about him and not the hitter, that's for sure.
2-1. Long hold. There he goes, another good jump. And that time he's in there easily. Second of the day, 19th of the year for Michael A. Taylor.
Yeah, I think Martin's going to start just putting the ball in his pocket because these pitchers aren't helping him at all. He's already halfway down by the time Martin gets the ball, so that's tough to do. I mean, he's a Gold Glove catcher.
Yeah, now 8 for 48 this year, getting virtually no help. So the lead runs at second base with nobody out. These things like a seesaw with the scoring back and forth. Cincinnati's got 2 in the second. Goodwin's driven in 8 runs this year. And it's full. 3-2.
Yeah, no outs. Goodwin right here is going to try to pull something to the right side. Ground ball to the right side. Gets Mikey over at third base. Just trying to move the runner. That's all. Productive at bat.
3-2, nobody out. Goodwin to left. Long run. Hernandez, and there's not a thing Michael A. Taylor can do on that.
Yeah, that's kind of what Gaviglio's trying to do right there. He wants something that's not going to make that runner go to third. So
Joe Biagini in their bullpen.
These Italian last names, huh? Gaviglio, Biagini. I don't know if they're Italian or not, but
they have a nice ring to them.
Yeah.
All right, now it's Wilmer Defoe with Spencer Keyboom to follow. Wilmer base hit to left to drive in a run first time. Third baseman shallow. And they better not forget about Michael Morse, or pardon me, Michael Morse, Michael A. Taylor. Now, Michael Morse to third, that's a story.
They don't forget about me, Bob.
So they got a lot to think about on the left side of the infield with Solarte shallow, Diaz shaded toward up the middle, and great speed at second base. Not to mention a guy at the plate who bumped one through first time up over there. So you saw Diaz sort of peel off there back toward shortstop. And now it's 2-0. And this is affecting some of Gaviglio's falling behind hitters here.
Yeah, another guy that the infield has to kind of switch around a little bit, just because, hey, he might drop a bunt down still. So again, you got Solarte that's playing in.
2-0. And that one got Wilmer on the foot. All the umpires put their hands up. It didn't look like Jeff Kellogg saw it immediately. Wilmer sold it to him, and then 2 of the other infield umpires held their hands up because they saw it.
Yeah, when that happens, the home plate umpire, there's absolutely no way he's going to see that. He's looking at the strike zone. And the only thing he goes off of is the catcher. So if the catcher kind of makes a sign that it hit his foot, then he's going to go off of him. But right there, Martin was kind of like, hey, it's a regular hit.
Credit where it's due. Roberto Ortiz at third, James Hoy at second. Both threw up their arms to make the immediate call so they didn't have to all come together in the middle of the infield and have one of those meetings. So the count 2-1 on Wilmer Defoe. Just about to say there was a lot of room down the right field line as Grichuk plays out toward the gap. And the count's 2-2. Aaron Loop is their only lefty, so he gets to work a little bit every day, it seems. He's already pitched twice in this series, and he joins Joe Biagini.
Yeah, depending on the next couple batters, if they got the lefty warming up for Bryce.
2-2 with 1 out. On a breaking ball down and in, Wilmer Defoe strikes out. Nats have struck out 6 times today. It's up to Keyboom with 2 outs. Nats are celebrating Father's Day weekend, so you've got to do this today. You can get ticket fees slashed to 0 for all remaining games this year if you order them today. So go to nationals.com and enter code capital DAD. No fees on Nats tickets if you go into action today. Happy Father's Day from us and from the Nationals. Keyboom a walk first time after he was behind 0-2. Healthy hack over the dugout, out of play.
Usually on these Sunday day games, the backup catcher, it's his day. It's his day. It's his big start. It's almost like the starting pitcher. And he's in the cage, and he's getting his swings in, and he's out there early, getting warmed up.
Yeah, and in some cases, he might have only had 1 or 2 ABs all week, or maybe 1 game's worth.
Yep. That's why, for me, Spencer, to me, I look at his defense. To me, he's so good with the pitchers, and anything offensively is just a plus, because it's so tough to stay timing and everything when you're sitting on that bench, because it's not like he's going to be pitch hitting much, because he can't. You have to save him in the game just in case.
Yeah, 3 at-bats all week. That was Wednesday night in New York when he handled Eric Fetty and company.
It's a tough role, and when you're good at it, you can play a long time in this game. A lot of teams like these backup catchers, man.
Two balls, 1 strike. And he's seeing some pitches pretty well today. Ball 3. He's already walked once. So Trey Turner on deck here in the 4th. And as Mike mentioned, after him, Harper. That's why the lefty Aaron Loop is working. Tanner Roark's at 77 pitches through 3. And now a elevated pitch count for Sam Gaviglio. Big, strong right-handed hitter. 3-2 now. Michael A. Taylor's been out there a while. So have we. Single to start off the inning. Stole second. Stayed on the Goodwin fly ball and the Defoe strikeout. Spencer Keyboom with another walk out of the number 9 spot. The only 2 given up by Gaviglio today, and he may be very short for this game as his pitching coach Pete Walker emerges.
What a great at bat right there. Just like we were talking about, Bob, Spencer, he hasn't had a lot of at bats lately, and just the fact that he can actually take that at bat, elongate it into a walk is huge. And now that top of the lineup's up, give this team an opportunity to do something right here.
Trey Turner has been called out twice on strikes today. 25 RBIs in the series, 2 for 10. See if he gets a little more frisky early in the count, because Gaviglio's had him 0-2 twice. Ball diving down and in for a ball.
Again, the corners are pinched just up a little bit. Double play death just in case. A little push bunt or bunt down to 3rd.
Yeah, not double play seeking, but maybe to prevent something. Bunted with 2 outs here. So it's 1-0.
Speed does it.
1-1. I will say that Sam Cavillio has saved some of his best pitches of the day for Trey Turner. He's throwing some nasty breaking balls. And again, Trey doesn't want to get to 2 strikes here. Running at third is Taylor, who swipes it. So 3 stolen bases today. Michael A. Taylor.
Yeah, he was just bored at second base. Figured he would move to third.
Hey, the guy's already balked once today. Maybe you come down the line again.
Yeah, I think he just caught everybody off guard right there.
Martin had no shot. Michael A. now has 20 steals on the year, tied with Trey Turner. And going into the day, Ender Inciarte for the league lead. Up the middle, ball hits the mound, and to the bag goes Aledmys Diaz. So the Nats are gone in the 4th. They've stranded 4 runners, and the 4th inning of Nationals baseball on a beautiful Father's Day in Toronto. Brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Hey, buy Dad one today. Why not? Beautiful day. Sandy Springbank. A look ahead to the Nats' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Sandy Springbank, where they help people and businesses reach their goals every day. Sandy Springbank, from here, for 150 years. So tomorrow at 5:05, the actual first pitch time, we will complete the suspended game. And then 30 minutes after that completion, the full ball game with Eric Fedde pitching. Orioles in for 3. And you're seeing the first of 3 with the Phillies next weekend. Well, in a big way, Tanner Roark needs the shutdown inning here to keep this thing tight. He retired Devin Travis on a hard hit ball. Well handled by Defoe, first time up. Ball 2. So 79 pitches, 47 strikes for Tanner. First career start against the Toronto Ball Club. And the heater in there. Right back through the box, and Devin Travis continues to hit the ball hard. He's 5 out of 8 this weekend.
Yeah, he likes interleague play.
That he does. His on-base percentage plus slugging with a hit today is at about 1.120. Crazy. And over the last 3 years, he's right up there with David Ortiz and Mike Trout Adrian Beltre. Wow, Josh Donaldson.
It's a big list.
He's aboard leading off. Top of the order. Curtis Granderson has hit a fly ball to left and one to center. Pretty deep to center. Sent Michael A. Taylor out to the gap last time. Well into the shade. And he's way out ahead of that Tanner Roark curveball. 0-2 here.
Out of that list, Ortiz and Trout are the only ones in front of him. Ortiz is retired, so it's basically this kid and Trout.
Yeah, nobody ever liked facing Big Papi when we had to go to Fenway or they came to our ballpark. The Red Sox will be at Nationals Park this year. Here's the 0-2. Matt Grace is up again. Probably doesn't have to throw much this inning. He was up during that long bottom of the third. Shift on. Turner to the right of second base. Rendon out at short. And this one's a tweener. Trey will grab it. And Granderson pretty easily beats the relay, but that got a little interesting over on the right side. So that's a 6-5 fielder's choice at second base.
Yeah, there's a lot of bodies over there. A lot of guys on that right side. But again, you got such an athletic infield. These guys are turning double plays like nothing. We know Rendon could play short.
Teoscar Hernandez is next, and against the right-hander, everybody back in their normal double play with one-out positions. Curtis Granderson, as I mentioned earlier, used to run a whole lot more early in his career than he does now. He has 152 big league steals, but a lot of that early in his days with the Tigers.
Yeah, he used to be a really special setup man with the power and, you know, 5-tool player. Now with age, some of those tools get knocked off.
Yeah, he's 37 years of age in his 14th big league season. Signed as a free agent by the Blue Jays to a one-year, $5 million deal after 4 years with the Mets. 4 with the Yankees before that. So this one low away to Teoscar Hernandez, who has singled to left and pulled a ground ball to Anthony Rendon.
You know, I saw something today that talked about Ichiro next year wanting to go to spring training and make the team.
I wouldn't put it past him. Oh, fastball in, a loud sound. And if that's hand, elbow, bone, looks like the elbow, that's got to hurt big time. So it'll be 2 on, 1 out. That made a sound almost as if it hit the bat.
Yeah, that elbow, that hurts. Not a lot of blood flow right there in the elbow. So anytime you get hit right there, you really feel it all the way down. That's why they're squeezing his arm right there, squeezing his hand. Keep squeezing it, get the blood flowing through. Move it around.
Tanner Roark, 6th hit batter of the year. And that back elbow moving toward the baseball, coupled with the velocity. And that's the Fios by Verizon X-Mode. The 100% fiber optic network means more speed for your more devices at once. Visit getfios.com. So okay enough to stay in the game.
Yeah, I rate that at 8.5 for sound.
Now the next 2 batters switch hitters, and maybe the thing that keeps Tanner in the game right now is the fact that both don't hit as well from this side of the plate as they do from the other, especially Kendrys Morales on deck. So Davey kind of taking it batter by batter here, and he still knows one ground ball can get him out of the inning. Fastball misses.
Yeah, Tanner looks like he's missing. He wants to keep the pitches down, but he's really missing down.
Foul ball. That was pretty alert by the runners. They didn't know if it was a swing and a miss or not. Granderson and Hernandez were ready to each move up 90 feet, but Jeff Kellogg let him know that Solarte had fouled the pitch off.
When you're having problems with control, you have to start going up and down in the zone. If you're having problems missing that inside pitch, maybe you're pulling glove side, or you have to start working the ladder up and down.
1-2 now, and there's down with the breaking ball. Just looking at this crazy afternoon, Tanner Roark has pitched off the full windup to a grand total of 8 batters today. Off the stretch after the second batter of the game. And the Blue Jays have just been all over the base paths here. Although it's still tied 3-3. There's the grounder. Don't know if it's hit hard enough for 2. In fact, not even close, and Defoe throws on for the out. Granderson to third and Hernandez to second, 2 down. Good pitch by Tanner to get the weak ground ball. Now, as mentioned, Kendrys Morales, he is 1 for 2 today, but coming in left-handed, only 222.
Yeah, they really want to keep him on that left side.
So Defoe's out in short right field. Trey Turner is on the center field grass. There he is. You don't see that very often. With the shortstop toes to the dirt.
Yeah, they got a book in there in the dugout on every player. They know his spray chart, where he likes to hit the ball, where his base hits are, where a lot of his ground balls are. And they try to set the players up right in that area.
Yeah. Now, you wouldn't play a fast runner there because he'd beat it out, most probably. That ball is foul.
And a guy like Kendrys is not up there right now saying, let me look at the infield and see where I could try to get a base hit. He's more of a, I'm going to try to hit it through this shift.
No balls, 2 strikes. Now Turner more toward the right side. And look where this one goes. Trey bounces up. No chance to get Morales. And the Blue Jays take the lead. Trey had just moved to the left side. No, pardon me, the right side of second base as we look at it after being right up the middle up until that pitch.
Yeah, that's tough right there. That's a regular routine ground ball for any shortstop. Trey still making a huge athletic play to try to get it close. If Kendrys isn't running hard, we get him. We got him at first if he's not running hard out of the box, so he knew right away that it's going to be close.
So here's Kevin Pillar, who had a big hit last time. Got the Blue Jays their second run of the day with a double in the third. Curveball up in the zone, outside edge. Strike 1. Pillar was 0 for 8 in this series and 0 for 12 overall before he lined that double to left. So Davey Martinez trying to get Tanner Roark through this 4th inning. Good job of jamming the right-handed batter, and Turner is under it. The one thing Tanner has done today is minimize the damage in what could have been some huge innings for the Blue Jays, who lead by 1. Hit the ball extremely hard last time. We'll be facing a right-hander as the Blue Jays go to their bullpen here, but let's look at this season by month. So Bryce didn't start out on fire like he does some years, and it's gone down since. June particularly rough, and you know the weather's been nice for hitting. It's usually a time of the year when a lot of guys really warm up. 1 homer this month. So some rough numbers make today the day at PNC, and maybe with the next swing, Bryce Harper can get that thing going. Joe Biagini has never faced Bryce Harper. Both starters a rough ride today through 4 long innings. Shift on. Took a hit away from Bryce last time, and he hit one hard into right field, but Devin Travis was out there to grab his drive. .77 pitches, 49 strikes in 4 innings for Sam Gaviglio. And now Biagini follows him up.
Fastball, curveball, changeup, slider. Mostly fastball, slider. Got a little sink to it.
One to Harper. Off the end of the bat and skied high to right. Bryce 0 for 3 today, and in the series 1 for 10. Potomac Nationals doing their thing. Next Saturday, check them out. Bull Durham celebration. Robert Wool, remember him, the manager? He'll be in attendance. I think maybe he was the pitching coach. Later, he was the sports agent Arliss in a long-running series. So he'll be there for a meet and greet. First 1,250 fans get a Victor Robles Rob Job bobblehead. Probably showing him making a great catch. Give him a call, log on. Fun at the Fitz. Here's Rendon, who's having fun in Canada. Strike call.
You know, being Bryce's teammate, just by seeing his at-bats today from yesterday, it's been, to me, a big difference. I see him at the plate more relaxed and more just a better center of control. So I'm thinking he's going to be coming out of this soon, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for that. I think we all needed to hear that, and I'm glad that's the way you see it. Hey, teammates know, right? You'd see a couple of swings and tell what's happening with a guy.
You know, Bob, if I was down there right now, I would be over talking to him right now and just telling him, hey, I like what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, you're not getting the results, but now that ball is finding that sweet spot, and now he just missed that fly ball right there. The one before, he hit it hard to the second baseman. He just missed that one too. I mean, both those balls, a tick difference on the bat could be a big difference.
Rendon locked up on a nasty breaking ball from Biagini. 3 o'clock hour. It's a Father's Day marathon, not a sprint today from Toronto. First pitch at 1:09. We're in the top of the 5th inning. A mental and physical battle here between the Nats and the Jays today. 2-2 with 1 out.
You know, I always thought it was hard for a pitcher to put the glove so far away from his body and to match it every time. So I always thought, hey man, maybe he's tipping. I always thought I could figure out what he was throwing by how far he used to put the glove away from his body.
Yeah, pretty far out there. 3-2 with 1 out. Swing and a miss. That's 94 with some sink. And that's not easy for any hitter. 2 outs.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and that angle, that arm angle, that thing's coming up straight down.
They list him at 6'5", 240.
Everybody's big these days coming out of the bullpen.
Anthony retired for the first time today. Daniel Murphy, RBI hit out to center his last time up. So Daniel, 2 for 17 with 2 batted in, 5th game of his return. 0-1 with 2 outs. Sean Kelly now. Matt Grace was up for a while. But the Blue Jays do have right-handed batters coming up in the bottom of the 5th. So if Tanner Roark's done after 97 pitches, it appears Kelly's the man. Ball 2.
Like I said earlier about Murph, he's not a superstition guy, but he ain't going with the blue cleats. He likes his worn-in reds.
Just as a random question, how many pairs of cleats do you go through during the regular season?
That's actually a good question. A guy like Murph might not go through much, but
you. We're
me?
talking about you.
Oh my gosh, man. Well, I never wore the same cleat twice in a series.
Really?
So
just to break him in gently. Murphy launches one out to center. We said this yesterday, even though that one's run down, the ball is starting to jump off Daniel Murphy's bat more. Michael Morse will contemplate cleats while we go to a break.
Heroes, because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Beautiful day in Toronto. We're only halfway through, and it's 4-3 Blue Jays. Tanner Roark's going to be done after 4 runs, 8 hits, and 4 innings. Need expert printing? The UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing they can't solve. And here's Sean Kelly. Had a scoreless 8th here with a strikeout against Martin, Grichuk, and Diaz on Friday night. Here on Sunday, he faces Martin, Grichuk, and Diaz. Thus the switch from the left-hander Grace. Russell Martin today 0 for 1, ground ball to walk, ball 1.
yeah, my old teammate. We actually went to Venezuela together to play winter ball. We had some crazy times over there, but always a good fastball and a really sharp slider.
Gets the call low in the zone from Jeff Kellogg, 1-1.
We played on the Cardinales. Barquisimeto.
Yeah, a lot of big league players from that town.
Yeah, actually, Jose Lopez, second baseman for Seattle for a long time. He's one of the natives over there.
2-1. Kelly slips 91 by the right-handed batter.
Yeah, we used to drive in a little. The team gave us a little Fiat, a little two-door Fiat that we would squish about 4 guys in and run around in it.
And 2 of them were you and Sean Kelly. Had to be tight. Right behind the bag, Wilmer says, this is my side of the infield. 1 out. Next up, Randall Grichuk, who's homered and drawn a walk with the bases loaded. So 2 RBIs for him today.
I think this is why they brought him over here. This is what they wanted to see.
So if he gets him on a fly ball, that'll be Martin and Grichuk twice in a row by Sean Kelly on balls in the air. He struck out Diaz, who's on deck. That was in Sean's appearance Friday night. By the way, the Braves will follow the Nats in here. They'll be here Tuesday night. Atlanta won last night, and they have a 2.5 game lead over the Nationals. Matt Strom for San Diego at Atlanta. Julio Teheran today comes off the DL. And that ball's in the air. Doesn't look catchable. Randall Grichuk has done it again, and the Blue Jays lead 5-3.
Seen him do this. I've seen him do this with the Cardinals. He likes that pitch in. He's got a lot of pop. Big guy, very strong.
Yeah, as mentioned previously, last 2 years in the National League with the St. Louis Ball Club, hitting a combined 46 home runs and driving in 137. Also with 54 doubles, so he's an extra base hit guy. And here's Diaz, who has doubled and grounded out. Now the Blue Jays have out-homered the Nats in this series 6-0. Another one heading for the press box. And it's 1-2. We looked at this road trip. Figured, okay, Yankee Stadium, short porch in right, jet stream in right center, then Toronto, great hitters park. Hasn't panned out from the power standpoint. That one to the shortstop. It's interesting that Juan Soto's 2 home runs against the Yankees Wednesday, the only Nationals home runs on this trip.
That's interesting to me, because when you go on trips like this is where you go and you're thinking, all right, I'm going to get some of these I'm going to get some long balls right here, especially coming into Toronto. Like you said, Yankee Stadium, the ball flies. You would think some guys would have a 2 home run game by now.
Well, last time we were here, and you remember this road trip very well, Mike. Boston and then here Bryce went crazy. Everybody hitting for power. The Nats swept all 6 games, and that really propelled you guys toward that first division title.
Yeah, that actually sparked our team that year.
Fair into the corner. So Devin Travis is now 6 for 9 against the Nats in this series. Granderson next. And there's Tim Collins.
This is one guy that after this road trip, the Nats are going to be happy not to see.
Curtis Granderson was about 10 feet away from Davey Martinez when he came out to make the pitching change. Curtis said, hey, I got a right-hander here. Don't change on me now. But they are going to get Tim Collins into the game. So it'll be Collins and Granderson, and the Nats now trying to keep the Blue Jays from getting too far ahead. The day, no better time to act than today. Now the word is Jeffrey Rodriguez might be starting against the Orioles on Tuesday. That has not been confirmed, but his last 7 starts with Harrisburg, 4-0. He did a really good job in Atlanta for the Nats in a relief role, eating up some innings. So now there'll be a counter move. Now I know why Curtis Granderson's so upset about the lefty. It's taking him out of the game, because with Tim Collins coming in, and some of the Blue Jays know him from his days in Kansas City, Justin Smoke, a switch hitter, will become the new DH, and Granderson out. Justin Smoke, 2 for 5 career with a walk against Tim Collins. He's up there hacking.
Yeah, this is Justin's better side. Natural side.
Well, we saw him Friday night, Mike, a guy that you know very well. Batting right-handed, rifle a double to the opposite gap his first time up.
Yeah, his slugging is a lot better with runners on base, too. Big difference.
Fair ball. Near the line, Rendon. Long sidearm throw on target. So the homer by Grichuk puts the Blue Jays on top by 2. The 6th. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer, or log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts Glory Ram. So Juan Soto leads off. So 15 runs as a starter, hitting .315. Michael A. Taylor is hot. 9-game hitting streak, 2 for 2 today. And then Brian Goodwin will follow those 2. Another inning for Joe Biagini, who threw 14 pitches, 7 strikes in the 5th to get Harper, Rendon, and Murphy in order. Pair of strikeouts for Soto today. So now, since his double on Friday night, the Blue Jays have retired him 9 consecutive times. That's a big fly to left. Going back, Hernandez, and he's got it in the shadow just to the left of the 375 line.
Let's take a look at some Geico highlights right now. Michael A. just causing havoc with the bat and on the base path right here. Stealing the bags. Really using every part of the field, hitting. That's Michael A. right there. Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you can save.
All right, here's Michael A. trying to keep his perfect day going. And a strike call as he faces Joe Biagini for the first time. 2 hits, 3 steals, a run scored today. Michael A. Taylor's batting average is now up over 230. He's battling his way over 200 under 2 weeks ago.
It's amazing about baseball. 2 weeks ago, Mike couldn't buy a hit. Now look at him. He's all over the place.
Yeah, and that's what we like. Dan made the point earlier, and we've seen it. He's hit it the other way, which opens up the pull side for him. And then today he has a base hit up the middle when they were playing him to pull on a semi-shift.
Some players are streaky. Run into a bunch of hits, run into a bunch of homers. Then you could go a little cold for a little bit.
I would offer to you that most players are streaky.
Yeah. 80% of them. The only ones that aren't are your superstars, because they figured it out. I don't know how. Your Miguel's, Cabreras, your Trouts.
Murphy when he's going
Murph. They've really figured out how to keep the wave really calm.
Good way to put it.
Another guy, Zim.
Yeah.
You'll never know if he's up or down. You can never tell what's going on.
2-2 to Taylor. He's going to tap one to the left side, and the race is on. Here comes Solarte. Can't barehand it. And Michael A. Taylor is 3 for 3. So in this series, he has a bunt base hit and now an infield hit. And he is 5 out of 6 against Toronto here.
Boy, he was smelling it out of the batter's box. Look at this. Puts his head down, running hard. He knows that all it takes is it's just one little bobble. He knows. He smelt it coming out of that box. And especially with this hard ground. A guy like him, he's a track star, man.
All right, now every time somebody's aboard the tying runs on, or at least in the batter's box, he's got a big lead again. He's just daring them to throw it over. Holding on the first pitch, and Goodwin takes a strike. Bryant has bounced out to second and hit a fly ball to third. And that was a big play back in the fourth. Taylor was at second base, nobody out. And Bryant was not able to pull the ball against Sam Gaviglio. The Nats did not score in that fourth inning.
Just like Major League, he's got a big lead.
There he goes. Martin tries another one, and Michael A. Taylor beats another one. He has 4 stolen bases today, and right now he's the league leader with 21 steals.
And the day's not over.
Hey, maybe this trip around the bases isn't over yet either. Don't forget about him. He's already stolen third once today.
You know, he took the first pitch. Mike didn't know the time of this guy going home. So that first pitch, he went back over to the bag and kind of got a good idea. He probably said to himself, hey, I got this.
So here's Goodwin, 1-1 with 1 out. There are 2 players in the big leagues this year with 4 steals in a game. We know who the newest one is, Gene Segura, the only other to do it this year. Gene Segura of the Mariners has 14 steals total. Michael A. now has 21.
You know, I know after that first pitch, that last when Mikey got on there, him and Tim Bogar probably went over there, and he probably said, gave him a number or something and told him what his number to the plate, or the pitcher's number to the plate is.
1-2 to Goodwin, and that's a long drive to right center. It's going to get the Nats a run closer, hits off the base of the wall. So Taylor scores, and Bryant Goodwin, first RBI since coming back, his 9th of the year, and the Nats are battling back here in the 6th.
Great piece of hitting right here. Stayed back on that off-speed pitch. It's good to see him hitting. Good to see him back in the lineup. If the roof's closed, that ball's out.
You could hear the thud as that ball hit the wall way out there. So here's Wilmer Defoe, who's already driven in 1 run today. Goodwin looking pretty frisky at second himself.
I ain't mad at him.
So Wilmer has a base hit, an RBI, a steal, and a run. He forced the balk by Gaviglio back in the 2nd. Defoe's going to drop one out to center. Goodwin had to make sure it was down, and he goes over to third. So the Nats now, for the first time in the series, 3 consecutive hits.
Yeah, can't do much on the base path right here. You got to make sure that ball gets down. Again, another great at bat for Defoe right there.
So, Skipper on his way to the mound here. Gibbons with the pitching change. Seung-Hwan Oh will take over here with Kieboom coming up in a 1-run game. By authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. And your dad. Top of the 6th, Kieboom the hitter. They're going to go with Adam Eaton here, bringing in the lefty, which means Severino will come in to catch, but a big spot for Adam Eaton, who against Seung-Hwan Oh is 0 for 2 career. Tying run third base. Don't forget about Defoe at first. Offered a bunt. Runner down the line at third. Ball 1 to Adam. Eaton in the series 1 for 9. And there's O's numbers. Lefties much better than right-handers, obviously. 268. So a good matchup here by Davey Martinez and the Nats. Fair ball. Game tied. Defoe heading for third. Eaton digging for 2. And out! As they appeared to get Wilmer Defoe on the foot or the back leg for the second out, but Goodwin heads to the dugout and this game's tied. I'm sure the Nats will have a look at this. Call made by Roberto Ortiz. First of all, Mike, the base hit.
Yeah, it went the other way. Right down the line. It's true. It stays. The ball stays true on that turf.
The Nats will challenge the out call at third base.
I don't think there was ever a tag put on. I don't think he ever got him.
I think you're right.
Don't know what the ump saw, but I see a lot of dirt in between the glove and the leg.
Yeah, right now it doesn't matter what Roberto Ortiz saw. You would think this one will not take long.
We haven't had a lot of challenges this series.
No. None yesterday. In fact, this is the first one of the entire series.
So this is my first challenge. I'm going to go ahead and say safe.
All right. We like your chances here. What a good swing by Adam Eaton. It has to be totally conclusive to overturn the call. And I'm a little surprised the jury's been out this long. If he's out, it's because they got him with the last part of his body to arrive at third base, which was the spikes or the ankle. But was he on the bag already, or did they miss the tag?
Sometimes when it takes this long, you start to second guess yourself. Like, they must see something. There must be an angle or something up in New York that they're seeing that we might not be. Both teams have the instant replay guy have a lot of angles. They have more angles than we could see on TV and stuff. And
here they come. We're waiting. Oh, they're going to call him out. So Defoe is out at third. Well, that's big, because the Nats would have had second and third with one out. The game is tied. And now it'll be up to Trey Turner if the Nats can take the lead, but now it's Eaton at second. Very surprised.
Yeah.
Trey Turner the other way. So the Nats box will put Adam Eaton down there, pinch hitting for Spencer Kieboom. Spencer had walked twice. Severino will take over and bat ninth in a moment. Big day for Anthony Rendon. Huge day for Michael A. Taylor. So the Nats have erased the deficit. They've gotten Tanner Roark off the hook. One. Turner on a pitch up. If it's in the air long enough, might be playable, and it is. Randall Grichuk. So the Nats scored 2 to tie it. RBIs by Goodwin and Adam Eaton. Have you enjoyed yourself with us this weekend?
Oh, it's been a pleasure, Bob. Glad to be here with you. Glad to get to watch the Nats have a big inning.
Yeah. Well, anyway, back even now. It's up to the bullpen for both ball clubs the rest of the way. But what's happening with Michael A. Taylor this weekend, Anthony Rendon up to his old tricks, has to make Nats fans feel pretty good.
Yeah, especially like we said, with the big guy struggling a little bit, these other guys are coming alive and carrying this team a little bit.
So Severino behind the plate to handle Tim Collins here, who threw 2 pitches, 2 strikes last inning. Teoscar Hernandez, the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, bottom 6. This is huge right here, because the Nats have not had a single shutdown inning today after they've scored. There's Sevy.
Everybody plays.
And of course, here in the American League, you just drop him into the number 9 slot. No double switches or anything like that needed. So hats off to Spencer Kieboom. He was out there for a long time, handling 3 pitchers. He walked a couple of times, and now Severino's in there the rest of the way. Collins bolts in the fastball. Teoscar Hernandez facing him for the first time. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
Yeah, one thing I love about Collins is that I've been talking about how the bullpen guys are really big these days, very tall. This guy, he's not tall, he's very short, but when he gets on the mound, it's like he's 7 foot up there. He's got so much, he's a bulldog. He's got so much mound presence. And he's got some great stuff.
Justin Miller working. I'm just looking up Billy Wagner. 5'10", 180 he was listed at. This guy's 5'7", about just under 170. So it's all about exploding toward the hitter and harnessing the power, and Tim's able to do that, and then he drops the curveball in the dirt, and it's 3-2. But Billy Wagner was not a big guy, and he only had 422 big league saves.
Yeah, I remember facing Billy through 100. But that's when 100 used to be kind of straight back then. Now guys throw 100, 97, and things are moving everywhere.
Ryan Zimmerman hit his first big league homer off Billy Wagner, and that one's going to be too tall for Wilmer Defoe. Hernandez, second hit of the day. That's a good bounce back for him after he took that pitch off of his elbow last time. So he's on for the 3rd time. Where do we start with the Blue Jays box? I guess the number 7 spot, Randall Grichuk, 2 homers, both solos, a bases loaded walk. Devin Travis, more damage today, though none of it resulting in a run with a single and a double. So here's Yangervis Solarte. Collins' first appearance of this series, down and in.
It's going to be interesting to see if they try to put some guys in motion. Just because the Nationals have been wrecking havoc on the base paths, it's going to be interesting to see if they try to get guys running and stuff.
1-0. Popped him up with fastball to overpower the hitter. Solarte very unhappy about that at bat, at 1 out. Next up, Kendrys Morales. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI last time. On the ball up the middle of Defoe. Actually, that was the one that Turner ran down but couldn't complete the play. Earlier, he had hit one up the middle that Defoe chased down. With a runner aboard, more conventional on the infield. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a room service 6-4-3. You don't even have to leave a tip for that one. Top of the 7th. Bryce the DH. Time for some damage. But after the rainouts in May, the Yankees are back. Now, we're going to get game one picked up with Bryce Harper about to lead off in the bottom of the sixth. That's a suspended game. Starts at 5:05. And then a half hour after that one's over, and we have no idea when that'll be. We'll have the regular game. Right now, it looks like Eric Fetty against Sonny Gray. We'll find out for sure together. So, first of all, join us tomorrow. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers, every time the Nats hit a homer, up to 200 on the season. And they're 40% of the way there. It's $250 to the Children's National Health System. Lexus, experience amazing. John Axford and Bryce Harper. The career matchup is 2 for 5 for Bryce with a walk. Axford pitched a 1-run, 2-hit 8th inning. Bryce got him for an opposite field base hit Friday night. Fastball low in the zone. 7th inning underway. Well, the Nats, thanks to the double play ball by Collins, finally got the shutdown inning. Now it's up to the offense to get back ahead. Quite a ball game here. 5-10-0 Nats, 5-11-1 Jays. Big crowd, 35,146 today. Ball 2.
Yeah, Axford throws a lot of fastballs. High in the 90s. He's got a lot of, he cuts it, sinks it. A lot of movement on his fastball. Throws mostly fastballs. Just keeps him down. Gets that arm angle up and gets that big angle.
35 years of age. Strike 2 to Bryce. Axford over a 3-year period in Milwaukee had 105 saves in 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah, he's another guy that the ball comes out like a bowling ball. Real heavy.
All right, 2-2 to Harper. Shift on here. Bryce's 4th at bat today. Swing and a miss. Bryce in this series 1 for 11 with a base on balls. Nissan pitch cast.
Yeah, just a bunch of fastballs. If you got 98 in the tank, you might as well use it.
So it's Rendon and Murphy now. Anthony 2 for 3 today. And Rendon, career 2 for 2 against Axford. Pulled a double right inside the third base bag to set up a 2-run inning Friday night in the 8th. I can't believe it. The field microphone picked up the sound of Anthony's batting gloves getting a grip on the bat there. Hits it well, but it's right at Gritchick. 2 down. Next up, Murphy, who's 1 for 3. Anthony squared it 3 times today. So in the series, he's 5 for 10. Murphy is 2 for 10 with 2 singles and 2 runs batted in. And Friday night, he got RBI number 600 on a base hit the other way against Axford. And he's going to square one to center, and Kevin Pillar makes that grab. That is an unlucky Father's Day for Daniel Murphy. Hit the daylights out of it, and Pillar a fine play, time to stretch. Day goes on, they'll keep moving up until they reach the top of the stadium to stay in the shade there from the banks of lights atop Rogers Center. Washington area Toyota dealers helping children and their families, donating $44 to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season. Justin Miller has 22 Ks. He faces Kevin Pillar, who gets to lead off after making that great grab to Rob Murphy. Ball 1. Good job by Tim Collins, and now it's Justin's turn. Control numbers perfect so far. Blue Jays got him for a home run the other night. And now a base hit up the middle by Pillar, who's busted out of an 0 for 12 with a 2 for 4 day. Russell Martin next, and Dan has more on our right-hander Miller.
Bob, we've talked about Justin Miller's bizarre, unconventional approach where he sets up so closed. He told me recently that back in high school he threw 84-85. And so in junior college, he tried this setup, and the thought being you lead with your hip and your glove side, which turns your right arm into somewhat of a whip. And he says that it's really helped him generate velocity and makes him deceptive, and we've seen the effects of that up here at the major league level.
Yeah, working for him, isn't it? Back healthy, pitching great. And now a matchup with Russell Martin. Long hold. Runner goes, and Severino has it pop out of his mitt on the exchange. Kevin Pillar is now 10 for 11 stealing bases this year.
Yeah, he got a good jump off of him. This is what I thought coming in, that they would maybe start running later in the game, and they took advantage of right there of Justin taking a little too long to the plate.
Martin career 0 for 1 with an RBI on a sac fly against Justin Miller. That did not look like a swing to move the runner over to third. He was trying to make it 7-5.
Yeah, you're not going to see a lot of balls up with Justin. He's got really good sink on that fastball. So Martin right here, he's trying to get the runner over, but Justin's going to try to get him to roll something.
1-1 count, target away. Ball 3.
Corners are still playing up a little bit. Just in case. Can't play too far back, especially with his fast guy on second. We saw what Michael Taylor did.
And Martin high in the air, deep left center. Taylor tracking it. Pillar tagging. Michael A makes a strong throw. Runner safe at third. Anthony Rendon did a good job of just standing straight up and acting like nothing was happening until the last second when the throw got there. Just in case you can deke the runner a bit.
Yeah, it's like having a straight face in poker. You don't want the runner to actually look at you and see, hey, I can slow down here, or you know, it's going to be a close. You kind of want him to not know that that ball's coming in, and hopefully the runner kind of just take a little bit off. But
well, here's the man of the day for Toronto. Infield in, Randall Grichuk. Interesting, Murphy is halfway from first to second to clog up the right side of the infield.
Yeah, that kind of tells me that they're going to try to work him in. Especially, they're going to try to keep busting him in, try to get something to maybe just a little ground ball or something. They're going to try to keep busting him in there. Not really any pitches away.
There's the 0-1. Fastball up. So Grichuk today, 2 of his 7 homers on the year and 3 of his 19 RBIs. These two face each other for the first time. 93 by him. Strike 2, and Severino with a little fake had Pilar diving back into third.
Yeah, really good pitch. Just came back and just powered it by him.
Huge sequence here. Tie game, bottom of the 7th. Elevated fastball. Grichuk late, out of play.
Yeah, usually when you get like 1-2 in a count like this with a runner on third, game tied, you're trying to throw a pitch that you can try to get a strikeout, a swing and a miss, but at the same time you don't want to bounce anything to get a pass ball.
Severino not giving any location away initially. Then he moved a little away. And Grichuk another fly ball out of play.
Another thing they must be thinking is he's got 2 home runs today. He pulled both of them. So down and away must be the other spot that they're trying to work right now.
One-two with 1 out. Little body language there by Miller. Thought he might have it, but called by Jeff Kellogg just off the edge. Counts 2-2. There's pitch number 7. It was definitely a ball. Kellogg nailed it. Two and out of play again. Aledmys Diaz, the shortstop, on deck. Runner at third, 1 out. Bottom 7, tie game. Blue Jays working for a sweep here. Nats trying to salvage. That ball driven to center, and Toronto's on top 6-5. Big day for Randall Grichuk with his 4th RBI. I'm sure the Blue Jay announcers are saying their guy did a good job of not trying to do too much with that at bat.
Yeah. Stayed back on an off-speed pitch. Knows right here that he just got to really put the ball in play. With the infield playing in, you can hear him. He got a grunt out of him a little bit too. So in a situation like that, if you put the ball in play, you're going to score that run.
Double plays in order. Diaz steps in. So the Blue Jays are the first team this year to do any damage off Justin Miller. They've scored off him in both of his appearances here. Runner holding, ball 1. long hold. Runner goes. That throw way offline. In fact, it was not caught by the intended receiver, Trey Turner. It was Wilmer Defoe off to the right side, and now Grichuk has a bag.
Yeah, Grichuk, he's got wheels, but they must see something, or they must got his times, because that's the second stolen bag of this inning.
And both of them were after long holds by Justin Miller. So another runner in scoring position with one out. Diaz a count of 1-1. He gets jammed and pops it up short center. Long way to go for Michael Lay, and he gets there. Rubber pellets popping up. You can see his skid marks out there. And a long run, good play, 2 down.
Yeah, that's the pitch Justin's been trying to get. Jamming those righties. Mikey, just so fast. Makes it look easy. Even sliding looks no big deal.
Here's Devin Travis, who's 2 for 3 today. So it's 1-0 now. One-0 with 2 outs. Foul tip on the breaking pitch. See the skid marks, bottom center of your screen there. Michael A. Taylor, 85 feet covered while that ball was in the air. Have to get some new tires for Tuesday. 1-1, it's off to the right.
You know, it's hard to just be standing around all day, especially in the outfield, and all of a sudden you go in a full sprint. 85 some feet.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Well, and it's possible Michael may have taken a step back on that big swing before he started his journey in. And a 1-2 with 2 outs. Runner tried to run interference, but Turner was not fooled, and that's it for the Blue Jays. But they go ahead with a RBI by Grichuk. Juan Soto leads off top 8, and that's down by 1. Air. Find your local independent American Standard Heating and Air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. And by your local Volkswagen dealer, visit VWDealer.com for the Volkswagen dealer near you. Remarkable day in Toronto. Michael Morse would love to tie up his boat in that marina right there. It is gorgeous. And the Orioles will be in, presented by Innova. It's the Beltway Series, starting Tuesday. 3 games, 3 night games. Nats swept them at Camden Yards. Celebrate the start of summer with tickets at nationals.com. And here's Tyler Clippard, who got his 3rd save of the year last night and the 64th of his big league career. In fact, he struck out Juan Soto swinging to end the game last night.
Yeah, we saw a typical Clip last night.
Here's the changeup, 2-0. He missed low. And really the first series where Juan Soto has struggled to get several hits. He got a double first time up Friday night. Since then, 0 for 10. That's one swing away though. And Clippard in typical fashion, the 2-0 changeup.
That's it. He's not afraid to throw that pitch at any count, even for strikes or for just swing and misses. Good thing Soto saw him yesterday, so he has an idea about what that changeup does now. So he's been taking a couple of these pitches. That's what Clip likes to do. He likes to throw that changeup, kind of tease you with it, and get that fastball to right up in the zone.
Three and one. Nats could use a base runner. And strike 2. I'm glad Soto didn't toss his bat away. 19 years old, umpire, 28 years in the big leagues. Have to be careful with stuff like that. And Tyler did get it with the fastball into the zone. Change up, and he stays with it to foul. Tyler Clippard is 33 years old now. Come on. It was traumatic for me when Ryan Zimmerman turned 30 a few years ago. Soto with a great approach. Stayed on the changeup. And he's got his 2nd hit of the series. Tying run aboard, leading off the 8th.
That's good hitting right there.
It's what you do against the off speed, right?
That's good hitting. The way he went about this, a changeup going the other way. So not only did he slow down his bat, his body and everything, he actually stayed on the changeup enough to give it authority to the left side of the ballpark. That's tough to do.
Michael A. Taylor 3 for 3 today with 4 stolen bases. Way up and in, and that wild pitch will put Soto on 2nd base.
Now, I was wrong the other day when I said look for a bunt to happen, but
hey, this guy can bunt and get a hit too, so we'll see, huh?
If I'm Michael A. and I'm down by 1, I got a couple knocks. A sac bunt ain't that bad.
Well, let's see what they want him to do or what he can do.
But again, he's got 3 hits. You let the guy swing?
Infield hit last time to the left side. He's gone to left field, up the middle, and to 3rd base. Count in his favor, 1-0. Squares and kind of took a stab at a fastball up.
Now, one of the hardest things to do is to bunt when you're told to bunt. There's a difference between bunting for a base hit and then when you know you're supposed to bunt. It's tough to turn around. You kind of turn around a little earlier. You want to set yourself. You want to set the angle of the bat. It's a tough thing to do. Bunting is an art.
These days it sure is. Look at him fight that thing off, but it's going to spin foul. And the bunt's off now with a count of 1-2. He was bailing.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to bunt.
You're just glad he didn't hit that hard enough to bunt into a pop-up out. Fortunately for the Nats, it landed and then went foul. So he's still alive. Soto at second, nobody out. Now remember Juan in a ball game recently. I bet if Michael A hits a fly ball to right center, he'll be tagging all the way today. Had a little glitch on the bases last week in a situation like this. Swing and a miss on a pitch up. Tyler Clippard known for the high heater. And that's a huge out in this game.
Yeah,
without advancing the runner.
I bet Michael Taylor wish he could get that that last pitch back and just try to take a little bit off the swing and just try to move the runner a little bit. Just get over to the right side there.
Well, Brian Goodwin, great swing last time. Brian Goodwin has never faced Tyler Clippard. I think I heard a little noise from the Toronto dugout on the third base side as Soto took some jab steps toward third.
Yeah, if he catches him sleeping, Soto's got some wheels.
On the edge. Clippard using the fastball now effectively. Tough to get on top of that fastball, but he stays in there. Last report, Atlanta 2, San Diego nothing. 7th inning at Atlanta. Braves lead the Nats atop the East by 2.5 games. Mound visit coming from Russell Martin. Looked like the Clippard overhand breaking ball there, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot from Clip. I think he just wanted to try to change it up, give Goody something different to see.
Tying run at second, 1-2 pitch. And Brian works it back even.
What makes Clip's changeup so effective is that when he's coming off that mound, he kind of throws his whole body. He's very lanky. Kind of just throws it all at you, and it just comes out of his hand like a little rubber band, and really knows how to make it look deceptive.
And then Goodwin makes the adjustment to the changeup.
I remember Clip telling me when he was with the Yankees, Mariano just helped him a lot of those guys, and I think it helped him a lot learning how to hold that changeup and everything. And when he came to the Nats, he helped out Drew a lot.
2-2 again. There's Soto, a couple of jab steps toward third again, and this time Tyler stepped off. Aledmys Diaz trying to keep him as close as possible. This surface playing very quick this time of the day. And that changeup floats way outside. 3-2.
Yeah, Soto's definitely trying to get an extra step or two on his secondary, just because of, like you said, the surface is playing faster, and we want that a base hit will score him.
Goodwin dropping one into left. Bob Henley's going to send the runner. That ball bouncing slowly on the turf. The game is tied. Ball gets away. Goodwin was going to second on the throw anyway. And Brian Goodwin ties the game here in the top of the 8th. 6-6. How about these left-handed hitters taking Clippard the other way?
Yeah, again, a good at bat. Good at bat, went the other way. And like we said, Soto off to the races. Weird throw by the left fielder. I've never really seen that one, the run and throw.
Yeah, that's like an infielder would make a throw on a bang-bang play, but I was surprised that ball got out there and really kind of checked up on the turf. Bob Henley saw that and he sent Soto home. Here's Wilmer Defoe, who has 2 hits. And the Nats have had some good things happen. How about 4 RBIs today from the 7, 8, and 9 hitters? There's that throw.
Yeah, that's like a Manny Ramirez throw right there. Something like you would see Manny do, just throw it on the run.
Wilmer Defoe, 1-for-1 career against Clippard. So Goodwin 2 knocks, Defoe 2 knocks. Number 9 spot, 2 walks and a pinch hit double by Eaton. Wilmer said no, 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 no. Did he learn that from Yunel Escobar? And the count's even 1-1.
I like that. Just tells me he's engaged in the at-bat.
Yeah.
Cares.
Nats with a chance to take the lead, and if they do, this changes the bullpen scenario from a hold 'em to a stay ahead situation. Now it's 2-1 to Wilmer. That's their closer, Ryan Tepera, who had his third save here on Friday night. Defoe offers, and he does the no, no, no thing again, and the count's 3-1. Six 12-0 Nats, 6-13-1 Blue Jays. It's been a battle all day long. Neither team able to forge a big lead. Defoe, strike 2. You don't want that pitch. That was a pop-up waiting to happen.
Yeah, again, that's a pitcher's pitch. Just got to kind of tip your cap and say, all right.
Pedro Severino on deck, waiting for his first AB.
It's going to be interesting if he throws a changeup right here.
He went fastball and struck out Defoe. So both of Tyler Clippard's strikeouts in this inning on the heater.
Yeah, the reason I say that is just because as a hitter, you're always told fastball, 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 and just to make an adjustment on the changeup. But a guy like Clip that uses his changeup so much, you kind of catch yourself in between, so you catch yourself late on the fastball.
So the Nats get a run on 2 hits against Tyler Clippard, and they'll face the other righty. Here's Ryan Tepera coming in for Severino. Still a chance to take the lead, and he went the other way very well.
Let's look at the fourth drive of the game. Here it is. Goody going the other way. Goody had a good time.
Yes, he did. Soto did the same thing on the ground earlier in the inning.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs.
All right, Pedro Severino in there, and Ryan Tepera will face him. They match up for the first time, and Russell Martin had to reach to his right to grab that. It almost got back to the barrier. 34th game. As mentioned, third save. Pardon me, fourth save of the year here on Friday. In 7 opportunities. Pedro has 1 RBI in the series. Hitters count. Way outside. Four-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter. That'll get it to Trey Turner. Tepera struck out Trey to end the game Friday night. So 2 on, 2 out. Trey today 0 for 4, a couple of Ks. Ground ball, foul out to right. That's perfect on the edge.
Yeah, big sweepy off-speed pitch right there. Tough pitch to hit.
Well, the Nats have done very well in situations like this. Heading for third, Soto, ground ball left side, off the bag. Turner safe, bases loaded.
Speed again.
Juan Soto was running to third on the pitch. And now, how about this? Bryce Harper with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the 8th inning.
Great hustle right here out the box. We saw Michael Taylor earlier in the game duck his head down and smell a base hit. Now we see Trey Turner do the same thing.
Ryan Tepera faces Bryce Harper for the first time. Pardon me, that was Goodwin at third. Soto had already scored on the Goodwin base hit. So everybody forgets an 0 for 4 if you launch one here or drive in a couple of runs. Strike call, fastball outer edge. There we are. 1-run home here. Harper with a pop-up out to short right center. Pilar is there. The Nats strand 3. They score a run. They've left 8. Now it's up to the bullpen to keep it tied. Quite a battle today. Each team has battled from being behind. Brian Goodwin a good day. Michael A. Taylor a great day. Brandon Grichuk almost a career day. 4 RBIs for him. So which team's bullpen will be better here in the last inning and a half or so? Ryan Madson gets the call. 26th appearance, 24 Ks in 23 innings, 25 hits. Righties and lefties each hitting .275 against him. And first up is Justin Smoke, the DH, who's 1 for 2 career against Ryan with a strikeout and a solo home run. Defoe in short right on the shift.
Yeah, I like Madsen. He's always been that guy, especially with the Phillies. A lot of sink.
Kind of like that. 95 nasty.
You know, a bullpen is good when you have a lot of guys that could close. A lot of closers.
Yeah.
Just closer stuff and mentality.
.86. So 9 miles an hour slower than the heater. Both down. And Smoke in the hole, 1 and 2.
Yeah, he pulled the string back on that one. Tough pitch.
Swing and a miss. 97. Where Ryan tops out as a rule. First out, 8th inning.
Yeah, good pitch. That's the sinker that we're talking about. Tough to hit.
Teoscar Hernandez 2 for 3 today, hit by a pitch. And career 0 for 1 against Ryan Madson. Late in the game, Rendon guarding the line at third. Ball 2. 37, throwing 97. The age and the velocity.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of guys when they get older keep up their velocity. But I mean, he's throwing 97. How many more years can this guy play?
Right in there, counts even 2-2.
And it's every bit of 97. That thing's coming in. You hear the catcher's mitt. He's popping that mitt. He stands all the way on that left side of the rubber on the mound.
Toronto hits another home run. And Hernandez with his 12 puts them back on top.
I don't think he hit his location with this one. Kind of lifted up. Didn't move much.
Yeah, big league hitters can turn around 97, huh? 7-6 Toronto. Solarte coming up now. Into the right field corner, and that's gone over the first wall, and he can't wait to get to his dugout. That's Solarte's third homer of this series, and now it's 8-6.
That was a line drive.
'18-degree launch angle. Now here's Morales. Well, we talked about the heat of the day. Ball hit well, stayed in the air, boom, out of here. Over the first wall out there. Blue Jays, 4 homers today. And they've hit 8 in this series. The way the Blue Jays are swinging the bats, what Max did yesterday, as you saw him back in the shadows. Even more impressive. He made one mistake yesterday. Left a slider up to Devin Travis, who hit one out in a 2-0 win. Blue Jays have been bombs away here, out homering the Nats 8-0.
It's the long ball. Long ball's been hurting the Nats.
So that gets Sammy Solis up. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning, 2 down. There's Kevin Pillar, who's made a good play in center. 2 hits, a steal, and an RBI. And the 0-2 out of play right side. Trying to get out of this inning, get it to Rendon, Murphy, and Soto in a moment. 0-2 pitch. Ball skips into Severino's mitt.
Yeah, we got Rendon coming up, so if we can get out of this inning.
Yeah, got to keep it at 2 runs so the 1 runner buys you the tying run in the box. Right side, Defoe to his left. Nice play. That's it. Hernandez and Solarte go deep. The Nats need Anthony aboard when the top of the 9th rolls around. Walks. Need him aboard. Murphy and Soto to follow. And time is running out. Give Dad some baseball today. MLB.TV. Watch baseball live or on demand on his favorite supported devices. Save 50% off the rest of today. Blackout, other restrictions apply. MLB.TV, where the details are. Their closer, Ryan Tepera, already in the game. Justin Smoke now. They'll lose their DH by putting him at first base for defense here. Kind of weird. You get 2 at bats, you sit around, then all of a sudden you're the first baseman. Rendon, strike 1 from Tepera.
Yeah, National League and AL American League are a different way to manage. It's good to have a good bench coach that kind of can help out a manager.
Down and away with the slider. Some sink on that 95 like we saw last inning.
Yeah, fastball slider. Got good sink. 95. Let's see if Anthony can do something right here.
2-strike battle begins, and it's strike 3. Anthony Rendon didn't like the call. He thought it was down and away. 1 out, 9th inning.
That's a tough pitch right there.
Bad time of the day for Jeff Kellogg to miss one.
Tough pitch.
Real bad.
I know Anthony's thinking that that was off the plate.
Murphy looks at one on the inside edge. 1 for 4 today. 2 hits, 2 RBIs in this 3-game series return for him. First time he's played a 3-game series. You know what's in Daniel's mind right now? Those called strikes on both sides of the plate. So his 2-strike battle begins.
Yeah, it just opens it up. It opens the zone up, makes it bigger for the pitcher, that is.
Murphy, a shot right field and foul by about 3 feet. Some very encouraging swings by Daniel this weekend.
Yeah, he's really looking good in the box. Very comfortable. Gets on base, somebody will probably come in and run for him.
1-2 to Murph. He went, and the Nats are down to their final out.
Yeah. Looks like it went.
Now it's Soto who needs to get a board for Taylor. Blue Jays trying to win their 3rd in a row. They were on a 3-game losing streak when the Nats got to town. To center. Pillar's there. Blue Jays sweep the Nats. Frustrating game today. 3.5 hours of baseball. Michael, it's been great having you with us this weekend, my man.
Thanks, Bob.
And good job.
Thank you.
Hope you Nats fans enjoyed Michael Morse. Tough weekend in Toronto. We're out of the country, but we'll be back tomorrow. Final segment ahead.